welcome to Gemstone Tarot. This is a mini pick a card reading for what's coming in for you in September. So just pick either 1, 2 or 3, scooch to the description box and I will put the timestamps for 1, 2 or 3 so you can find your particular number, okay? We're just going to look at the energies coming in for September, look at love life, career, destiny, whatever comes up. So, okay, I'm going to start with number 1. I'm just using the Rider-Waite deck, keeping it nice and simple. What do we need to know for those of you that choose number 1? Oh my, woo! Okay. This is some interesting energy, I have to say. Whoa. Okay. Crumbs. Okay. Number 1, September may see the renewal of a relationship under some really quite tricky circumstances, or if you're single, you've had a very difficult relationship history with somebody in particular, and it may see you finally finding somebody else that makes that feel like the past. Okay, I've got the 2 of Cups. Nice card, Venus in Cancer, beautiful energy. An Exchange of Cups, a relationship card. It's the energy for me of reconciliation. Obviously this is a beautiful card. This is lovely energy, okay? But it's not all glitter and unicorns, this particular situation that you're in or that you find yourself in. There's a lot of difficulty and opposition, and there may have been a disconnect in this particular relationship. I very heavily think that there was, or this situation. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. I like that actually. 5 of Pentacles, when it's in the upright, is being left out in the cold. Something or someone or a situation left you out in the cold, maybe in August or even back in Cancerian energy time. So it would be in June, July. Something left you feeling maybe a bit unwanted, a bit undervalued, a bit misrepresented, or someone may have even, not ghosted, but definitely withdrawn their energy from a situation, and it really wasn't fair. When you get this in reverse, you're coming back in. You're coming back into the warmth. These 2 characters they decide to stay out in the snow. They won't take advantage of this warm church and what they've got to offer. Maybe a bit of food, maybe a bit of heat, definitely a bit of fellowship. This is where, when it's in reverse, you come back in, or somebody comes back into the warmth of you, okay? I like this, but Justice in the reverse. This was not easy. You might be dealing, this is Libran energy, you've got Libran energy, Cancerian energy, Taurian energy with the 5 of Pentacles. This was not easy for you. And also there may still be a need for you to defend certain parts of your vulnerability. Yes, this is a beautiful thing. Yes, it could be an apology, a reconciliation, someone coming forward with a peace offering. It could for some of you be new love. I don't read it as much for that, to be honest with you. But there's this big sort of, it's baggage. There is baggage with this person. You've got Justice in reverse, so something wasn't balanced, something wasn't as it should be, okay? What September brings, and we've got a moon in Virgo in September, I think it's on the 17th. So let me check my moon diary. By the way, do check your monthly forecast. Those are out for each star sign. They're in the description box below for September. They're done. They're pretty juicy actually. Okay, yeah, 17th, we've got a new moon in Virgo. Perfect. That is a good time for resolving partnership issues, whether it's to do with relationships that are personal, relationships at work, whatever it is for you, okay? But at the same time as resolving it, I got the Chariot in reverse. This is a bit of an emotional roller coaster card. You're going to have to kind of unpack the good, the bad, and the dirty. You know, you're not going to be able to just, let's say this is someone coming back to you for reconciliation. You're not going to be able to just go, oh my God, I've missed you so much, I've missed you too, and then la la la, you skip off into the sunset. No, it's, oh my God, I've missed you so much, but what happened? Why did you disappear? You know, it's those kind of digging out the foundations of something. Then we've got this 9 of Wands. In other words, you still need to keep a certain amount of your defences up until you're sure. So September for you, it's a month of prospecting. We've got the 2 of Wands. It's a month of looking out over new horizons. It's a month of making a decision about potential reconciliation or partnership. But at the same time, it's a month more for exploring your options, digging out what needs to be dug out, getting it all out on the table. And then I think by the end of the month, you have a much clearer picture of where you stand. Okay? Woof, number 1, that was quite a hot to trot reading. Leave me a comment, let me know. Follow me on Instagram, it's Gemstone Tarot, and also check out your monthly readings, they're in the description box. Thank you, number 1. Hi there, number 2. Okay. I'm going to actually use a different deck. I know, fly by the seat of our pants, number 2. We're using the we're using the Morgan Greer. What does number 2 need to know? September 2020. Oh. Wow. Okay, this is juicy. Number 2, that one. God, that one wanted to come out in the shuffle. Whew, nice. Okay. Number 2, this is Secrets Revealed in September, which we've got a full moon in Pisces on the 2nd. This is very relevant for you. Something bubbles up. It may not come out exactly on the 2nd because we've got a new moon in the opposite sign of Virgo on the 17th. So let's say between the 2nd and the 17th, there is a journey of discovery for you, and you find out something that has kept you stuck. High Priestess. High Priestess is a woman of secrets. She's not necessarily a secret keeper, but she's not exactly a blabber, you know. She doesn't just gab everybody's truth. She tends to speak in tongues. She speaks in riddles. She sits on the vapors, you know. It's all that kind of esoteric energy. It's Piscean energy. It's the energy of what is hidden will be revealed, but it's revealed in a kind of folklore, riddle. You can access this via your own intuition, number 2s. But it's going to take, I feel like, between the 2nd and the 17th, in this sort of cycle that we've got of revelation and then pairing things back together, it's going to take an external influence, and I feel like there's going to be. We've got the Tower. Dun dun dun! But I quite like this. When you get the Tower with the High Priestess, it's like an injection of truth, of revelation. Again, it's this Piscean full moon. But Pisces is such a gentle sign that I don't see this as kind of, pff, there's your tower, like an explosion of truth. I see this in a very, if you think about the water sign Pisces, a very deeply layered sign, I feel like a deep truth comes to you in a very layered, it kind of emerges, it comes to the surface. Okay, so what is this truth about? Okay, the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant can represent Taurus for a start, or Venus. It can represent commitment, where you stand in a relationship, either as an employee or in a personal relationship. There's been a certain amount of caginess about where things stand. There's been some shuffling about, there's been some juggling, there's been a bit maybe of manipulation, a bit of a game of chess going on here. I feel like that kind of gets blown. And by the 17th, you've got more of an idea of where to begin. Two of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn. This is the card of the side hustle. So this could also be to do with if you've got questions in September about something you do outside your normal job and whether you could make money from it. You get a revelation or an idea about that, or somebody comes on board, or you find out whether you're committed enough to your side hustle to make it work. For those of you who are concerned about personal relationships, something needs to change, but if it can, this can be very beneficial. It's like blowing the lid off a very tightly held game of chess. It's almost like you and somebody else have been carefully, having one of those games of chess that I never have because I'm so bad at chess that I just get beaten, where you sort of take half an hour to make a move and then you just tinily make one little move and then they go for ages and then they make a little move and then something comes in with the tower and just flips the board and goes, stuff this, forget it. We're not going to play chess anymore. We're going to actually come to an agreement. We're going to thrash this out. Who is committed? Where is this heading? How can we win? That is the question, okay? For just one or two of you, this is literally make or break about commitment in a relationship. It could be to do with commitment as an employee at work, but for some of you, this is to do with where you stand in a relationship. If someone can't commit to you, you will find out why. If you've been dying to know, or if they've been hedging their bets, you find out why. The Tower makes that so. But we've got two gorgeous cards here. We've got the Six of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So there is a nice winning outcome in the end, which I like. And the Sun to go with it. So you could be dealing with Leo energy here. We've got Leo, we've got Taurus, we've got Pisces energy, we've got Scorpio energy with the Tower. You are dealing with a situation in which there will be a very clear way to win. Now, it's not about winning, but actually this month it is. Yes, it is. Don't forget, by the way, to check out your monthly forecast for your star sign. That will be in the description box below, and they are very juicy this month. Right. You can win, but maybe not the way you thought you could, and maybe not as easily as you thought you could, because the Tower brings in some rapid kind of change. But nevertheless, once you blow the lid off this kind of everybody playing this game of chess, it's a very good outcome for you. However, we've got the Hanged Man as well. I don't feel like you crack this egg entirely in September. These are the energies of what's going on, okay? People jockeying for position. By mid-September, you're making progress about how to move forward, but I don't think you actually have the complete answers. That's okay. You don't need the complete answers just yet, but you certainly, it's like somebody, you've been in the dark and somebody just shines a light and says it's this way, okay? Woof! I love it. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know, number two, how that resonated. And do like, share, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Gemstone Tarot. And I'll see you soon. Namaste. Okay, number three. Number three. I am going to use a different deck for you, number three. Oh, yes. You are getting the Herbal Tarot. Or the Turbo Harrow, as I like to call it. What does number three need to know about September? What is coming in for them? What energies? What influences? Ooh. It's just a hunch here, right? Number three, but you might have wondered about choosing number one as well. It's just something I've seen in one of the cards that makes me think that. Yeah, definitely. Nice. Okay, number 3. There is a decision to be made, but it's something to do with energy that's been knocking around for the whole of 2020 and maybe half of 2019. I don't know why, but I've got July 2019 as a kind of kicking off point. So think back to then, kind of between, or maybe like sort of August, July, August 2019, a year that's just been from where we are now. I could have just said a year ago, couldn't I? But hey. I've got Judgment in the reverse. And when I've got Judgment in the reverse, there is an unresolved issue that is stopping you from moving on, okay? And what September brings is 2 things. One is a massive sense of reality. You get a large dose of reality, not in a bad way. You need it. And that in itself brings a little bit of magic and hope, okay? Next to Judgment, I've got the World. The World is always this kind of cycle shape. And it's the shape of, you can have Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself, or in my end is in my beginning. It's a big, proper big life cycle. That's what I mean. This is not just the energies of a few weeks. This is a whole year or something, or just a phase. A big phase in your life is going to come to an end in September in some way. It's going to be cleaned up. It's going to be cut through. It's going to be resolved. But at the same time, you get what you want, but it's not how you wanted it. 7 of Cups in reverse. The card where you had fantasies about something. You had fantasies about the way something was going to be, okay? It isn't probably going to work out that way. September, the scales fall from your eyes and you realise you may not have really wanted it like that, even if you could have had it, okay? We've got the Fool in reverse. Now the Fool in reverse is telling you not to make, these are energies, and I'm getting this for all 3 of the pick of cards that I've done for September. September might not be the month to make a big move decision on something, but it's the month that gives you all the information that you need. Now you are getting the information about what's true and what's not, what's worth having and what's not, who is true, who is worth having, what's worth investing in and what isn't, okay? And some of it is not what you thought. Some of it where you thought it wasn't worth investing, it is, and some of it where you definitely thought it was, turns out that you had a bit of a smoke screen and that clears and you think, Remember we got that full moon in Pisces, which is a revealer for 1, 2 and 3. What it reveals to you is definitely not what you expected. We've got the Medicine Wheel or the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I don't think this is a card that is like, oh, well, you're going to have bad luck. No, things just aren't going the way you thought they would, but you look back and you thank your lucky stars that they didn't. Okay? Then we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords cuts through. It cuts through all the BS. It cuts through all the fantasy. For some of you, because we've got a bit of a secrets being revealed thing going on in September, you may overhear something, gossip, social media, see something on someone's social media that tells you something that makes you think, right, now I know, okay? Whether it's to do with a job or whether it's to do with a personal relationship, the scales fall from your eyes. If you look at it like that, 7 of Cups in reverse, the fantasy falls, the fog clears, the truth emerges. And when the truth emerges, you will need to think about a decision that you need to make about moving on or not moving on, or what you're really dealing with. And now you know what you're dealing with. What do I do? 5 of Pentacles. Sometimes you take the uncomfortable path because it's not what you wanted, but now you know where you need to be, okay? Saturn in Taurus, the 5 of Pentacles. So in other words, doing the right thing, even if it doesn't feel good, it will end up good, okay? Next to it, the 7 of Pentacles. What do I invest in? I am only going to sow my seeds where the ground is good, okay? And then over here, rather beautifully, and I love this card, we've got the star. Don't forget on the new moon in Virgo on the 17th to sow the seeds to manifest something, okay? You may have had a rough ride with this world card. This may have a bit of history, all this stuff. Don't let that hold you back. Don't feel like you've missed out on something, because it's one of those things that a teacher used to say to me, sometimes you're knocking on a door and you don't realise that the door next to it, you just push it and it would open, okay? This is a blessing in disguise with the star, but help the universe along by sowing the seeds, by asking, by wishing on a star, by saying what you wish for. And don't let the disappointment of what's gone on in the last year hold you back. You're good for it, okay? Woof. Do check out your monthly readings, those for September. They're in the description box below. And do subscribe to the channel. I do daily readings, random love readings, and whatever we can think of, or whatever you want, really. And I'll see you all soon. Namaste.